This is Khao Niew, which means sticky rice in English. She may not look like much right now, but she's about to become our dream camper van. We bought her in May 2026. Since then, she has become part of our family, almost like our daughter. Khao Niew is a RAM ProMaster 2500 with one goal in mind, turning it into a home on wheels. Our camper van journey starts at Lowe's, which has quickly become one of our most visited places. Normally, my husband prefers shopping online because it's usually cheaper and offers more brand options, but for a project like this, seeing materials in person make a huge difference. During this build, we have been coming here multiple times every week, sometimes just to browse and compare materials, other times to buy large items like lumber. Choosing wood turned out to be much harder than we expected. My husband is the kind of person who checks every detail before making a decision, which I sometimes think is a bit over the top, especially with the natural materials like wood, where every piece is slightly different. Instead of just grabbing the first board from the shelf, we end up inspecting, comparing, and putting pieces back for a long time before finally deciding. We also bought insulation foam boards here, which are essential for keeping the fan comfortable through both hot summer and cold winter. Even after all the careful planning, we still end up returning materials, changing insulation thickness, and buying different wood. I believe that's just part of the learning process. One thing we feel incredibly lucky about is having access to a local makerspace near our home. It's a community workshop with equipment for woodworking, welding, robotics, 3D printing, and many other projects. Membership is affordable, and they even offer free training classes to members. There's always a supervisor available to help and answer questions. Everyone we have met has been incredibly kind. If you're completely new to the machines, they will usually recommend taking an introductory class before getting started. After watching countless YouTube videos, my husband finally got the chance to use some of those woodworking machines himself. Back to Khao Niew. Since she is a used fan, the first step was cleaning and treating any rust spot before building over them. The black stain you are seeing is actually rust remover doing its job. Here's my husband's workshop in our backyard. He started cutting wood for the floor foundation. This structure will support the weight of everything we are planning to build later, including cabinets, furniture, and storage. Before permanently installing anything, we mocked up the layout and drilled an opening for the future shower drain. Next, we roughened the floor surface to improve adhesion. Then we placed the center support piece, which became our main reference point for the entire floor plan. The biggest challenge was making sure everything stayed perfectly straight and parallel. This was my job, cutting insulation boards to fit each section of the floor. I actually enjoy working outside in our backyard office under the sun. The only downside was the sound of cutting foam insulation is probably one of the most annoying noises I have ever heard. Still, it was satisfying to see everything coming together. Every section has slightly different dimensions, so there wasn't a single template I could follow. When a piece fit perfectly, it felt surprisingly rewarding. Although I have to admit, I broke quite a few pieces by trying to force them into spaces that were just a little too small. We filled the gaps using expanding foam and trimmed everything flush later. Next came insulating the wheel wells. We used cell adhesive insulation sheets that were thick, lightweight, and easy to work with. The tricky part was wrapping them neatly around the curved shape of the wheel wells. The weather was perfect that day, slightly chilly for me, but comfortably warm for him. To finish the insulation, we seal all the seams with insulation tape. Working on this van together has also been teaching us how to communicate better, solve problems as a team, and compromise along the way. And just like that, the floor insulation is complete, one step closer to our dream camper van. We'll see you in the next video.